Close to home, granularity, it's tied in with accomplishing a degree of. In a world that talks constantly, where quietness is frequently loaded up with the following notice, there's a reality we rarely recognize. The most intense minutes in our lives are not the ones loaded up with commotion, yet those weighty with our own considerations and reflections. It's at these times of isolation that we end up eye to eye with life's most significant inquiries and our most veritable selves. This isn't just about partaking in a calm mug of espresso alone or going for a lone stroll, it's tied in with embracing a custom as old as emotionlessness itself. Stoics comprehended the influence of isolation not as a simple break from the world but rather as an urgent way to internal harmony, mindfulness, and individual strength. Today, we're plunging profound into the core of isolation, investigating its surface as well as its significant profundities and the fantastic ways it can improve, challenge, and change us. Thus, on the off chance that you've at any point felt that draw towards calm spaces or, on the other hand, on the off chance that you're interested about how venturing back can really carry you nearer to the quintessence of life, then you're perfectly positioned. We should leave on this excursion together, uncovering the timeless wisdom of emotionlessness from the perspective of isolation and finding how it can enlighten our ways today. Assuming that you value the excursion we're setting out on today, the least complex blessing you can achieve for us is hit that buy-in button. And recollect, if you resound with looking for profundity in the tranquil snapshots of life, you're a special case. So ensure you skirt no piece of this video to completely embrace the bits of knowledge we're going to investigate together. There's something practically mystical about the people who cut out opportunity to be separated from everyone else. They're not sitting discreetly, no, they're frequently leaving on probably the most exciting undertakings and significant investigations yet all within the realms of their own minds. These are individuals who won't hesitate to scrutinize the why behind all that, to contemplate the mysteries of the universe, or to envision realities a long ways beyond our regular experiences. Stoics were about profound thought and thoughtfulness. They accepted that by pondering our contemplations, feelings, and reactions, we could oversee them, prompting internal harmony and freedom. So when somebody appreciates their own conversation and digs into profound idea, they're rehearsing a type of emotionlessness. They're embracing that understanding the world beginnings with understanding oneself. This isn't just about being out to lunch for it, however, it's tied in with occupying those considerations as a springboard to acquire bits of knowledge into our lives, our ways of behaving, and our convictions. For visionaries and profound scholars, isolation gives the ideal scenery to this sort of thoughtfulness. Without the interruptions of steady friendly interactions, they can more readily pay attention to their internal voice, permitting them to associate with their actual selves on a more profound level. And we should not disregard the visionaries. Emotionlessness could stress embracing current circumstances, yet it additionally perceives the significance of imagining the future. After all, how might we go for the gold of prudence and importance without dreaming about what that resembles? Those snapshots of isolation then become a cauldron for imagination and creative mind, where visionaries can imagine what is, as well as what could be. In this way, if you at any point wind up wondering about the calm individual in the corner, lost in their book, or looking ahead into the distance, recollect that they're not staying there, they're investigating huge universes within their brain. Unavoidable issues and cooking up prospects that could one day shape our world. In embracing isolation, they're strolling away spread out by the Stoics, finding strength, shrewdness, and harmony in the peaceful spaces of their psyches. There's something significantly solid about having the option to sit with your feelings, to genuinely comprehend them, as opposed to encountering them as brief, unexamined conditions. Individuals who treasure their alone time, they get this, they don't feel, they notice, analyze, and genuinely grasp their feelings. This isn't tied in with smothering sentiments or imagining they don't exist, a remarkable inverse. Close-to-home granularity that permits them to precisely pinpoint what they're feeling and why, indifferent make progress toward apatheia, which is in many cases misconstrued as an absence of having, and in truth, it's an outlook on not being overwhelmed by our feelings, permitting us to answer life's high points and low points with a feeling of quiet and discernment. It's tied in with figuring out our feelings so much that we can encounter them, gain from them, and afterward guide them in manners that line up with our more profound qualities. This ability to understand anyone on a deeper level is what isolation searchers incidentally practice in their calm moments. They're not simply keeping away from the world, they're taking part in a profound, indifferent exchange with themselves, excelling at close-to-home regulation. Imagine having the option to recognize feeling simply miserable and being melancholic, contemplative, or even thoughtfully reflective. This nuanced comprehension of feelings can significantly change how we cooperate with ourselves and our general surroundings. It's like having a nitty-gritty guide of your profound landscape, knowing each slope and valley permits you to navigate through existence with ease and elegance. This authority over feelings doesn't mean isolation sweethearts are impenetrable to feeling down or overwhelmed. Rather, they have the devices to comprehend and deal with these states, turning potential strife into valuable opportunities for development and self-discovery. What's truly gorgeous about this cycle is the freedom it brings. By becoming experts of feelings, people gain the freedom to pick how they answer the world. This choice, this opportunity, is at the core of aloofness. It's tied in with perceiving that while we may not control what befalls us, we have the ability to control our reactions. The serenity and thoughtfulness of isolation give the ideal preparation ground for this sort of profound insight. The following time you end up alone, think of it as a potential chance to check out your profound world, utilize that calm space to consider what you're feeling, to wonder why, and to investigate the profundities of your close-to-home being. Recollect, like the Stoics, you have the ability to figure out, shape, and develop from your feelings. In isolation, you're not simply taking a break, you're participating in one of the most significant demonstrations of taking care of oneself and self-awareness conceivable. Deeply individualized worth frameworks. There's an irrefutable charm in outlining your own course, of not just following the group, yet looking for a way that is particularly yours. This isn't about insubordination for the good of resistance, it's about the quest for genuineness, about adjusting your life to your most profound qualities and convictions. For the individuals who relish their alone time, this isn't simply an elevated ideal, it's a lived reality. In the quietude of their isolation, they have the space to tune in, to pay attention to the stirrings of their own hearts, unswayed by the bedlam of societal assumptions. It's here, at these times of reflection, that they can genuinely recognize what makes the largest difference to them. This course of contemplation is profoundly unemotional in nature. Emotionlessness shows us the benefit of living as per our own nature, of perceiving that genuine happiness comes not from outside awards or assets, but rather from carrying on with an existence of goodness and reason. Yet, walking your own way requires mental fortitude. It demands the strength to stand firm in your convictions, even when the world appears to push against you. It requires the bravery to confront doubt, both your own and that of others, and to move ahead guided by your internal compass. This is where the isolation seeker's journey aligns with unemotional principles. Emotionlessness isn't about pulling out from the world, it's about drawing in with it in your own specific manner, braced by an unmistakable comprehension of your qualities and directed by reason and goodness. Imagine the significant feeling of opportunity that comes from this approach to living. When you walk your own path, you're not limited by the inconsistent principles and assumptions that constrain so many. Rather, you're allowed to explore, to grow, to advance in manners that are significant to you. This doesn't mean isolation sweethearts live in detachment, unconcerned with their general surroundings. In actuality, by cultivating areas of strength and of self, they're better equipped to engage with others in a more authentic, meaningful manner. They can shape connections that depend on genuine understanding and shared respect, instead of conformity or accommodation. Walking your own path also fosters a sense of inner peace. Knowing that your choices and actions are in line with your deepest convictions brings a satisfaction that is difficult to shake. This indifferent peace isn't the absence of struggle or challenge, it's the quiet assurance that comes from knowing you're living true to yourself, regardless of life storms. Independent learning. Picture an individual so driven by a hunger for information that they set out on an excursion of learning, not led by a structured curriculum or a classroom's walls, but propelled by pure curiosity and the joy of discovery. This independent learning isn't just about acquiring facts or mastering skills, it's an expression of the deepest human desire to understand the world and our place within it. Emotionlessness teaches us the importance of wisdom and the pursuit of knowledge, not for prestige or recognition, but as a way of life, a more informed and temperate life. For the Stoics, the value of learning lies in its application towards living well and realizing our potential. Likewise, the people who find comfort in isolation use their alone time as a potential opportunity to explore, to question, and to grow. They are autodidacts not because they disregard formal education, but because their quest for knowledge is boundless, not limited to the traditional avenues of learning. What makes this independent learning so significant is its deeply personal nature. Autodidacts choose what to learn based on their interests, needs, and questions about the world. This freedom allows them to dive deeply into subjects that captivate them, making the pursuit of learning not a chore but a passion. Thus, knowledge becomes not only information to be stored but a lens through which they view the world, a tool that shapes their thoughts, actions, and interactions with others. Consider too the resilience and discipline required for this type of learning. Without the external structure of a classroom or the immediate feedback of grades, autodidacts must rely on their intrinsic motivation. This self-discipline is a crucial Stoic virtue, reflecting the ability to pursue long-term goals and the commitment to personal growth. The process of teaching oneself then isn't just about the acquisition of knowledge, it's a practice in Stoic virtues, an act of the power of the human will to overcome obstacles, chasing wisdom. But being an autodidact in the realm of isolation doesn't mean one is isolated or detached from the world, quite the opposite. This independent journey of evolution often leads to a deeper connection with others. Equipped with knowledge and insights, isolation seekers can engage in more meaningful conversations, contribute to their communities in meaningful ways, and explore the complexities of existence with a clearer understanding in a broader perspective. Unshakable mental strength. Imagine facing life storms with a tranquility that doesn't just weather them but transforms these challenges into opportunities for growth and learning. This isn't about being unaffected by adversity, it's about cultivating an inner strength that allows one to approach challenges with a sense of equanimity and purpose. Emotionlessness teaches us that while we have zero control over external events, we have some control over our reactions to them. It's that are not entirely set in stone by the absence of challenges, but by our ability to respond to them with wisdom and virtue. The people who partake in their isolation embody this principle. They use their moments of quiet reflection to build a fortress of inner courage, preparing them to face the world with a refined and unwavering spirit. Yet unshakable resilience goes beyond just coping with adversity, it entails a fundamental shift of perspective. Isolation seekers learn to see challenges not as insurmountable obstacles but as teachers, each difficulty providing lessons in patience, persistence, and perhaps most importantly, humility. This Stoic view transforms the journey of resilience into one of continuous self-improvement, where each setback becomes a stepping stone towards greater wisdom and inner peace. Moreover, this resilience is nurtured in isolation, where the noise of the external world fades away, allowing for a deeper connection with one's inner self. At these moments of quiet, isolation seekers engage in a dialogue with their perspectives and emotions, practicing the Stoic actions of reflection and self-examination. This practice not only fortifies them against the trials of life but also enriches their experiences, turning isolation into a source of strength and clarity. The beauty of unshakable resilience lies in its ripple effect. By embodying this trait, isolation lovers become beacons of stability and assurance for everyone around them. Their peace in the face of adversity inspires others, spreading the virtues of patience, understanding, and resilience. This subtle yet significant influence highlights the Stoic belief in the interconnectedness of everything, where the strength of one can uplift many. Intrinsic motivation, personal authority. This isn't about ambition in the traditional sense, where achievements are measured by external rewards or societal standards. No, this is about a deeper, more intimate drive, the kind that burns from within, guiding one towards pursuits of passion, curiosity, and authentic fulfillment. For the people who value their isolation, this inner fire is both a compass and a source of energy. It propels them not towards what the world expects of them, but towards what makes their soul sing. This intrinsic motivation is profoundly Stoic at its core. Emotionlessness isn't just about enduring hardship with a Stoic demeanor, it's about understanding what truly matters in life and pursuing it with zeal and dedication. Just as the Stoics believed in living according to nature, people driven by their inner fire align their actions with their true essence and deepest values. But what does it mean to be driven by this inner fire? It means waking up each day not out of obligation, but out of a genuine eagerness to engage with one's passions and projects. It means setting goals that aren't dictated by societal norms, but are born out of personal desires and dreams. This drive is about finding joy in the very process, savoring the journey as much as if not more than the destination. In isolation, this fire is ignited through reflection, through the joy of discovery, and through the peace that comes from knowing one is on their own true path. Moreover, this inner fire fosters resilience and perseverance. Just as emotionlessness teaches the importance of endurance in the face of obstacles, being driven by an inner passion gives the strength to overcome challenges. This isn't about blind optimism or ignoring reality, it's about confronting challenges with the confidence that comes from knowing you're pursuing something truly meaningful. Crucially, this Stoic-driven motivation isn't selfish or solitary in nature. In that mindset, by following their inner fire, people often inspire those around them. They become examples of living truly passionately and with purpose. Their endeavors, fueled by genuine curiosity and love for what they truly do, have the potential to contribute significantly to the world, whether through creative expressions, innovative solutions, or simply by spreading joy and inspiration through their dedication. Appreciation for moderation. This isn't just about tidying up physical spaces or minimizing belongings, though those can be parts of it. Rather, it's about seeking and appreciating the essence of life, about finding luxury in the understated, and about realizing that often less truly is more. In the embrace of isolation, simplicity becomes a practice as well as a form of art. It's about stripping away the unnecessary, about focusing on what truly matters, and about finding joy and happiness in the essential. This approach to life is profoundly Stoic. Emotionlessness helps us to recognize what is within our control and what is